And today we're going to talk about companionship versus relationship. Have you ever heard a man tell you, I just want companionship, and wonder what exactly does he mean? Now, I always talk about being digitally ready. And if you're out there on the online apps or you see this category called companionship, relationship, long time relationship, looking for marriage, I hope you're not looking for marriage at 70 and 80, but you might. I mean, it's possible. So, men and women see that word differently. For a man, he's just saying, I just want to enjoy time with you, keeping things simple, sometimes include physical closeness. For a woman, we hear emotional connection, feeling valued. Sometimes that can grow into something serious. Same words, different meaning. I not kind of had a relationship, but I did have a small companionship encounter with a guy from church, a wonderful guy from church. And on one of our dates, he was saying to me, well, I'm just looking for companionship. And of course, I said, sure, if that's all you want, yeah, I think we can make that happen. And then I said in the back of my mind, I said, the way a man says things and the way a female look at things, and we know that our interpretation is completely different. Let's start with the basic. Companionship is about enjoying someone's company, going to dinner, talking, and traveling, and doing a whole lot of laughter. For some, companionship including physical intimacy. For others, it doesn't. And that's okay. At this stage of life, intimacy can mean many things to many people. It can mean holding hands, kissing, simply feeling close and connected. There is no definition. We don't need definition. We don't need to be told what to do. Fit into someone else's ideal of companionship. You are defining your own. You get to choose the peace, the depth, and the boundaries. Because the goal of just companionship is the right kind of companionship. One that brings you peace, respect, and joy. A relationship, on the other hand, is a little deeper. It includes emotional connections, consistency when you are expecting the person to maybe see you 2 or 3 times a week, whatever your boundaries are, and often you're exclusive. And a companionship, it says, I enjoy being with you. A relationship, I am choosing you in a deeper way. Now, do men and women see this differently? Of course we see it different, especially later in life. See companionship as enjoying time together, keeping things simple. And that word comes up all the time when we are talking about relationship, is keep it simple. And that is terms that's usually by men. Here's what you can do. Ask these questions. What does companionship looks like to you? And ask for examples. What are you hoping for at this stage of your life? What are you not, the word not looking for? That last question is the most important question. Now, what action, not just words? And sometimes that action gets misread because your word says one thing and your action says something completely different. Here is the hard truth. Some people say they want companionship, but their behavior tells a different story. If he only calls late at night, is inconsistent, avoid introductions of you to others. He may not be looking for a real connection. Remember this, consistency equals sincerity. I'm going to say it again. Consistency equals sincerity. Now, let's talk about you. You don't need to impress anyone at this stage of your life. You don't need to chase. You don't need to convince. You simply need to be clear. You can say things like, I enjoy spending time together, and I prefer to talk things slowly. Or, I am looking for consistency and respect. That right man will not be scared away by your boundaries. He will respect them. Only what feels right for you. If this speaks to you, I'd love for you to subscribe and join me. And in the comments, tell me, what does companionship means to you? Flipping fabulously, living fully at every age.